It's not necessary. Alright, this is a really good piece. I'll follow his piece actually. This is called My Generation. And it pulls from a song by The Who from 1979. I'm talking about my generation, who grew up playing with Legos so they would know what it was like to build up something bigger than themselves. Who has GPS on their phones but no idea where they're going, who can raise the roof but doesn't know how to raise their own expectations. I'm talking about my generation. Girls who are about to become mothers of the future, and boys who carry ambition on strong shoulders, perfectly poised on the edge of making a difference, cradling our fate in their fingertips, singing it to sleep with linguistic lullabies, promises of tomorrow that are just sweet-sounding lies, because we can't go forward if we don't know where we've been. I'm talking about my generation, who learn from our own mistakes but don't listen to the lessons of our parents. We should know by now that victors of brawls over resources only end up with oppressive guilt, a damaged psyche, and trembling bloody hands. I'm talking about my generation, growing up in the shadow of destruction, shadows that are just bloodstains in the sand, sending soldiers off to an unknown land, sending them across seas with shovels because digging holes is good for finding oil and for making graves. Where are the marches? Where are the protests? Where are the voices of youths that know we've got our guns pointed in the wrong direction? And I would talk to my generation, but I don't think they're listening. They've got the volume on their iPod turned up too high, blaring out the facts that my generation wakes up in the morning to brush their teeth with a bottle of Jack so that the taste of last night's regret is still fresh on their tongues. I'm talking about my generation, who needs to take a physics lesson, needs to understand how to turn potential into kinetic energy, how to get this revolutionary ball rolling. I'm talking about my generation, who binges on role models, images and ideas that we have supposedly chosen of what defines success. Media men with mass-produced metal spoons that have been feeding us since day one, but we can't get any nourishment from. Stick-thin models with hollowed-out eyes that see the rest of the world as extra calories, or juiced-up weirdos with ink on their skin who don't understand why it's a bad thing that the number of chin-ups they can do is higher than their IQ. I'm talking about my generation, who's dying for change but can't find a cause worth dying for, who will never see the word tomorrow etched in granite because the future isn't set in stone, who can look up destiny in the dictionary to see that our fate isn't defined. I'm talking about my generation, about the next leaders, about achieving greatness, about letters being more than something on their report card. I'm talking about our generation. But actions speak louder than words, so I'm taking a stand right here in front of you, asking what you are willing to do, asking how many voices will raise up, how many sparks of passion will blaze up, because the time is counted down, our days are up, and I'm going to lift the bar until it stays up, demanding a better society, an alternate reality where we engage in empathy over apathy. Change is now. The future is ours, whatever, like Legos, we decide to build it up to be.